Looking to create something cool, cozy and realistic from scratch? You're in luck. Today I will guide you through an exciting journey of modeling, texture, furniture placement, lighting, rendering. By the end of this video, you will be able to create the stunning scene and so much more. Stay tuned, because I'll be sharing some pro tips along the way that you won't want to miss. So when we start, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to model the room. So to do that, I'm going to use this cube. And then I'm going to press N to slide out this transform tab. As you can see, we have the dimension, the scale, the rotation, and the location properties. For this case, we're going to use it only on the dimension. So to adjust the dimension, I'm going to make the X to 3.9 meters, and I'm going to make the Y to 7.9 meters, and then I'm going to make the Z to 2.9 meters. This is just the dimensions that I have come up with. After this, I'm going to move this a little bit in the Z axis. And you can hold on shift so that you can move it slowly. After this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tab to go inside of the edit mode, go to this face selection mode, and then select the top face, press X and delete it. And also I'm going to delete this floor, or I'm going to delete this face. After this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place an edge loop. To do that, press Ctrl R like this, and then snap it to this edge, and then press GY, and then type 2. If it's inverted, hit minus so that it will be inverted. And then again, I'm going to repeat the same process in this side. Press Ctrl R and then snap it, and then press GY and type 2. As you can see, we have this. And after this, what I'm going to do is hit number 3 so that it will be on face selection mode. Or you can just click it right here and then select this face and then press E to extrude it, and then type 0.9 meters. As you can see, it's on the direction that I don't want it. So to invert it, all I have to do is hit numpad minus and it will be inverted, and then press enter. And then after this, I'm going to select this top face, hold shift and select this bottom face, and then press X and delete the face. So this is the room basically. And I'm going to select this one and delete this also, since I'm not going to need it. So after this, let us model the ceiling. So I'm going to select this one. Let me change this to edge selection mode. Select this one, press Alt and then click it. It will select the entire edge loop, and then press F to fill it. As you can see, you can fill it like this. And then after you have done that, press I to insert it just a little bit. But as you can see, when we insert it, the inserting is not done properly. To fix that, press Ctrl Z and then get outside of the edit mode and go to the object mode, or you can hit tab. And then I'm going to select this one again. Sorry, just go back inside the edit mode, press P, and then select the selection so that this will be a separate object. After we have done that, as you can see, the scale is not applied. So I'm going to press Ctrl A and then apply the scale. After we have done that, if I go to the edit mode by hitting tab and then press A to select everything, and then press I to insert it, as you can see now the inserting is being operated correctly. As you can see, you can also control the insert like this. Hold on shift so that you can adjust it smoothly. I think this one is good. After I have done that, I'm going to select this face selection mode, press Alt and then click this edge right here. When you do that, it will select the entire edge loop, and then I'm going to press X and delete it. As you can see, we have some kind of gap, and then I'm going to press A and then press E to extrude it, and I'm going to give it 0.15 meters. Just this a basic ceiling. After I have done that, I'm going to press Ctrl R and add an edge loop like this, and then again add an edge loop like this, and then maybe add an edge loop. And this part is going to be, if I go to face selection mode and then click like this, as you can see, this is going to be our LED light. So I'm going to give it a material for now. As you can see, we have a material. I'm going to hit plus and then assign it, and then I'm going to press new. Then we can adjust the materials later. Just the one thing that you have to do is just give it a new material. So for the LED light that we're going to use later. So this is the basic modeling. Maybe I'm going to extrude this one. Now go to the edit mode, change this one to edge selection mode. I'll click the edge so that you can select the entire edge loop, and then press maybe change this snap mode to edge, and then activate it, and then press GZ and it will snap like this, and then press F so that it will be filled, as you can see, so that any light won't leak through, you know. That's what we are going to do. And then for the floor, what we can do is just repeat the same process. Hold on Alt and click the edges like this, and then press F. After you have done that, press P, and then click the selection. As you can see now, we have the flooring, but everything is flat, so we have to create, you know, the tiles. So to do that, what I'm going to do is let me hide this so that we can see the flooring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift click right here, and then I'm going to press Shift A and then add a plane, and then I'm going to make the dimensions of the plane to be maybe 0.8 or something like this, and then press GX and then move it like this, press GY and snap it. After you have done that, we are going to give it an array modifier. So to do that, go to this array modifier properties, then get add modifier and then generate, and then array. As you can see, then let us give it a number like this, and then also we need to give this array on the y-axis. So to do that, I'm going to duplicate this one, and then for this case, change this one, make the value of the y to 1 and the x 0, but this one's being operated in the in the positive, so I need this to be on the negative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one to -1. So as you can see, it's inverted, and then I'm going to increase the amount, but we need some kind of gap between the tiles, right? So what I'm going to do is make it maybe make this one to 1.01 or something, or 1.05 would be good for now, and then also for this one 0.5, so that we'll have some kind of gap, so that we'll have that tile effect. And then after we have done that, I'm going to give it a solidify modifier. Select this one, give it a solidify modifier, and as you can see, it has operated this modifier in the negative x-axis. So I'm going to make this offset to 1. As you can see now, it's on the positive y-axis. And then after this, I'm going to give it a bevel modifier, as you can see, and then I'm going to make the segments to 6, and then maybe I'm going to apply the scale. As you can see, the scale is not applied. If the scale is not applied correctly, the modifiers are not going to be, you know, being applied accurately. So I'm going to press Ctrl A and then scale. As you can see, the bevel is now correct. So I'm going to decrease the value, maybe 0.003 or something, yeah, or maybe 0.002, something like this will be good. So as you can see, this is our tile, and then maybe I can select the bottom part, or this one, or let me select this one, and then I'm going to press Shift D and duplicate it, and then press press Z so that it will move on the Z axis, and then I'm going to hit Tab and then press A and then extrude it like this. As you can see, after we have done that, go to Object Data Properties, go to Visibility and the Visibility Viewport, and make this one to wire. And I'm going to disable this on the render so that it won't be visible on the renders. The reason that I'm doing this I'm going to use this for a Boolean modifier, so which I'm going to show you in shortly. So select this one again, let us another modifier, which is a Boolean. I have added that, and then I'm going to select this one, as you can see, and then after I have selected that, I'm going to make this one to intersect. So as you can see, now the tiles are being placed correctly. No tile is being, you know, visible outside of this this floor. So that's why I use this one, and also this won't be visible on the render. So that's what we want. And I'm going to press Alt H. The last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to select this wall, and I'm going to hit Tab, and after this I'm going to add some kind of segments right here so that, you know, you will achieve the design that you have seen. So to do that, I'm going to press Ctrl R and place it like this, and then press Ctrl R again, just, you know, move it randomly. This is just something that I do by guessing, you know. Maybe I'm going to select this one and then select this one again, and then press GY, and it's like this maybe, and then press Ctrl R, maybe place something like this. And then after we have done that, let me hide this one, press select it and press H, and then select this wall again, go to the inside the edit mode, select this one and hold Shift to select multiple other lines, and then I'm going to press Ctrl R, Control B, to bevel it, something like this. After we have done that, change this one to face selection mode without selecting any other place. As you can see, we have selected those faces, and then I'm going to hit plus, and then I'm going to hit assign, and then I'm going to press new, and then just assign it again. Now those lines or those faces have been assigned to a new material, which we are going to adjust in the texturing process. So for the modeling part, this is pretty much what we're going to do. So the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create some floor skirting. So I'm going to select this wall, and then I'm going to press Ctrl R, and then snap it to the ground, and then press GZ and type the desired number. In this case, I'm going to press 0.08. And then I'm going to select the entire face loop, and then press Shift D to duplicate it, and then press P, and then select the selection so that it will create a new material based on our selection. After this, just select this one and add a solidify modifier like this, and then I'm going to change this one to complete so that the modifier will be applied uniformly throughout the faces. And then after this, let me increase the thickness, maybe some 0.015 will be good. But as you can see, in some parts of the faces, the modifier is being applied inwards or in the direction that you don't want it to be. But it's an easy thing. You can fix it. To do that, we are going to invert the normals. So to do that, just hit tab again inside of the edit. Select this one and then press Shift F. As you can see, you can flip it, and then just repeat the same process for all the inverted normals. So I'm just going to select this one, and then hold on Control and click it. As you can see, it will select the entire consecutive faces. After this, I'm going to press Shift F. Then as you can see now, the selection has been inverted. But we have also another problem. As you can see, the modifier is not being applied constantly or uniformly. So maybe the reason for that is, as you can see, the scale is not applied. So I'm going to press Ctrl A and then apply the scale. As you can see now everything is working properly. And maybe change this one to 0.01. And after this, I'm going to apply a bevel modifier so that we will have a bevel on the edges, and maybe decrease the amount to 0.01 or 0.004 or something. And I'm going to change the segments to 6, something like this would be good. Yeah, something like this would be good. So guys, this is all for the modeling. So guys, the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to do texturing. But to do that, let us import some models first so that we can do the texturing all at once. So to install the models, the first thing that we are going to need is an add-on called Sketchup Importer, because we're going to use SketchUp models for our renderings. And then we're going to need to download some SketchUp models. And for some of the models, I will place the links in the description below so that you can follow along. So after you have downloaded everything and installed this add-on, what you can do is just go to File, and then go to Import, and then go to this Import SKP, and then select this one, and go to the downloads or any place that you have downloaded the 3D warehouse models or SketchUp models. Then I'm going to drag and drop it like this. After I have done that, you can see the naming right here. Then I'm going to select this Import SKP. As you can see, it has been imported. So I'm going to select it like this, and then press G to move it, and then press GC to only move it on the X and Y axis, and then press GZ, and then move it something like this. And then I'm going to press Shift right click so that I can snap the cursor. So after this, just change this transform pivot point to 3D cursor. So if I press S to scale it, as you can see, it's going to scale it according to the 3D cursor, which is on the floor. That's what I want. I'm going to just scale it since the scaling is not correct. Sometimes when you import 3D or warehouse models, the scaling might not be correct. So you just have to, approximate the scaling to its actual size. So I'm just going to scale it. I think something like this would be good. So I'm going to show you texturing with this chair, and you can do the rest by yourself since we're going to use the same models for everything else. So I'm going to select this one and then change this one to a material preview, EV material preview. And as you can see, we don't have any texture. We only have this color. And let me change this one to shader editor. As you can see, we have only this principal base diff. Then I'm going to press Shift A and then add image texture like this, and I'm going to plug this one to the best color, and I'm going to select this open to open my image texture. And then for this case, I'm going to use this one, As you can see, if I zoom in, I'm not seeing anything. The reason for that is I'm going to, UV unwrap this one. So just hit tab to get inside of the remote, press A and then U, and just select this cube projection. If I disable this one, now I see some kind of texture, right? But the texturing is very faint and it's not that visible. So we have to do our magic, to make this texturing a little bit better. So to do that, I'm going to press Shift and then type mix color. I'm going to select this one. And then I'm going to select this one also on the second. But for the second one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a color ramp and make this one a black and white. So to preview this, hit Control Shift and then click. As you can see, we can preview this one. And then I'm going to make this a black and white texture, but I'm going to make it a bit contrasty. Something like this will be good. I think this is good. So after this, I'm going to click Control Shift, click this one. Already we have something better, right? But in this case, I'm going to change this one to overlay. That's what I want. As you can see, you can control it like this. I'm going to keep this one as it is. Maybe, play this with this one. Yeah, maybe select the black one, just decrease this one. And then, maybe this will be good. Just, we can play by this. You get the point. Yeah, after this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Shift in and add, no, I don't think I need to add it. Just I'm going to plug this one to the color ramp so that I have some kind of roughness, but maybe this is not good. I'm going to press Shift in and duplicate this one and then plug this one right here. And then for this case, I'm just going to keep everything as it is. Maybe change the black to white to decrease the roughness. This will be good. Yeah, since this is fabric texture, it's not going to have that much roughness. And for the bump, press Shift A and then add a bump like this, and then plug this one right here, and then plug this one right here. And then I'm going to use a color ramp again. For this case, I'm just going to keep everything as it is, and then I can manipulate this later, and then maybe press make this one to 0.005 or something, or 0.01 or 0.05, so that we could have some kind of bump. And then by this, you can play with it. I don't think it's having that much change. Yeah, it is. I think it is. You can, as you can see, you can control it, but I'm going to keep this one as black. So after this, I'm going to select this one and press Control T to add a mapping node. And then I can control the scale. Maybe make this one to 0.5 or something, or 0.75. And I can control everything with a value node. Then plug this one right here. And then type 0.75. You can control the value node like this. And then as you have seen earlier, as you can see, I can control it by using this. If I make it like this, I have a lot of contrast in the texturing. It's really interesting. And also I can press Shift and add a mix node, a mix color, and then decrease this one like this, and I can control the color of the texturing like this, as you can see. And I can decrease the saturation. Yeah, you get the point. So guys, I think you get the point for texturing. The last thing that I'm going to show you is for the wall, since the wall is a little bit different. So this is the wall material, as you can see, and I'm going to press Shift and add a noise texture. And then I'm going to press Shift and add a bump, and then plug it right here. And then I'm going to plug the factor to the height. And then again, I'm going to press Control T to add a mapping node. And then I'm going to make this one to object so that it will have a uniform distribution, as you can see. But as you can see, the first thing is that the string is too much, right? The string is too much, and I don't think the scale is applied. So I'm going to press Control A and apply the scale. As you can see now it doesn't have any distortion or anything. So next, I'm going to make the distance of 0.01 or something. Maybe just increase it just a little bit like this. And then I can just make the strings to 0.5. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the scale very small. Now, when I do it, we're seeing that bump. We can adjust this later. As you can see, just I'm making just a very simple wall texture. Maybe make this one to 0.005 or 0.01. I think this will be good. And for this one, what you can do is just make this one black. You don't have to worry about anything. Since this is not we're not going to take a close-up shot, you don't have to worry about the wall that much. So guys, by the methods that I have shown you, I'm going to populate the scene. So guys, as you can see, this is the final scene, and there are a couple of things that I would like to add. The first one is if I select this plant, as you can see, this is the leaf texture. As we know, leaves are translucent. So to do that, I have added a translucent shader and then mixed and then added it with a principled BSDF, as you can see. And to decrease the translucency, you can, control the translucency using an RGB curve in case if you need it. If you decrease it, if you make the curve like this, it will decrease the translucency. And if you make it like this, it will increase the translucency, as you can see. But in my case, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to press M to mute it. And the next thing I would like to add is, if you can see this frame, as you can see, the roughness has been decreased to 0. And then I've made the saturation to be like this, 0.12. And lastly, if I select this table lake, and then I select the material, this is the material, as you can see, I've made this to be metallic and make the roughness to be 0.25 or something. So guys, the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to light up this scene and render it. And to do that, the first thing that I'm going to do is just go to this render properties, and I'm going to change the render engine to cycles. As you can see, we have a bunch of properties, and in the viewport, I'm going to enable this denoise, and then I'm going to make the final sample to 256. I think this will be good. And then I'm going to keep everything as it is. Maybe in your case, if this one is filmic, just make this one to AJAX. It will have a better result. And I'm going to make the look to medium high contrast. And then I'm going to make the exposure to 1, as you can see. And then after I have done that, I'm going to go to this output properties, and I'm going to make the resolution to 200% so that we'll have a very good result. And in your case, this will be, like this, but just make it something like that. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a camera so that I can control the lighting only according to my camera view. So to do that, I'm going to press Shift A and then add a camera like this, as you can see. And then I'm going to press G and move it like this, and hit number 0 to get inside of the camera view. As you can see, you have the camera properties. I'm going to make the focal length to 23, and then I'm going to press N, and we can adjust the transform properties right here. I'm going to make this one to 90, so that is we will have a vertical camera, and make the word to 90, and make this one, I think something like this, minus 90 is good. Select this one and the minus 90, yeah. And then press GZ like this, and then press GY. Hold on Shift to move it, slightly, and then we can also use this one to move it something like this. You can increase also the focal length, and then move it a little bit backward. So if we click this render, this is what we are going to see. We have some kind of light. We don't need that. So to fix that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this world properties, and I'm going to make, the world property strings to 0, since I'm not going to need any of that. And after this, I'm going to select the scene. As you can see, I have selected it. We have two materials. The first one is the normal texture, and the second one is the LED light, which we have assigned earlier. So I'm going to change this principal base drift to emission. As you can see, when I do that, we have some kind of emission. And I'm going to click this color, and then I'm going to select this black body so that we'll have a temperature setup. So I'm going to make this one to 4,500. I think this will be good, and maybe make the amount to 10. I think we're seeing something. So after this, let me go to this EV material preview, and let me add in some lights. So I'm going to add some light right here. I'm going to click right here and then press Shift A and then add an area light like this. I think this will be good. And then press S and then X to scale it on the X axis, and then again, and then press GX
I think this will be good, and then press GZ. Just move it right around here. And then afterwards, if I press my numpad 0 and then click here to see my lighting, this is my lighting, then we have some properties right here. I'm going to select this use nodes, and I'm going to click this one and also give it a black body, and then make this one to 4500 like this, and maybe change the strings to 5 or something for now. And I'm going to change this beam shape, maybe make this one to 90. As you can see, when I do that, it's being projected downward. And I'm going to make this one to 10, and then I think 10 will be good. And then make this one to 3000. I think I want this to be a little bit warmer. Let me get outside of the camera view so that I can preview the whole room like this. So guys, finally, let's add the main lights of the scene. As you can see, the scene is a lot darker. Since I've already shown you how you can insert a light inside Blender, I'm not going to repeat the same process. So I'm going to proceed. As you can see, I already added them. So I have seen 6 lights, as you can see, and as the scene is a lot brighter than it was before. And I have some kind of spotlights and a very interesting light, as you can see. I'll place the links in the description below for the models I have used. And then if I press my number 0 to get inside of my camera view, as you can see, this is what I am seeing. So if I select this camera and go to this camera properties, and then I'm going to increase this shift Y so that the camera will be a little bit upward like this, and then press GY and move it like this. And guys, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to select this wall. Let me adjust some of the materials. And select this white part. And I'm going to make this one, just make it a little bit darker. Yeah, maybe 0.38, something like this will be good. And I'm going to make, the rest of the material to be black. So to do that, hit tab to get inside of it. We'll select this one and also select this one. Select this one again and this one again. And then, I'm going to make it similar to this black. As you can see, this is black. And maybe just give it something like this would be good. And also for this white part, let me decrease this bump. 0.005 will be good, and make the strength to 0.1. I don't want this to be visible that much. And also I'm going to add some kind of complementary lights around this area. So as you can see, I have added this kind of lights. And if I select this one to see the properties, as you can see, the power is 1 and the temperature is 4500. As you can see, this is what we have. So guys, finally, this is what we have ended up with. So the next thing that we are going to do is just go to this render and render your image, and you will have your final result. So guys, this is all for today. I hope you have learned something from this tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can keep making videos like this in the future. See you in the next tutorial.